The Comedy Grinder. Streaming live worldwide from the First Church of Cannabis. Tonight, Nervous Vernon Munchie, Bill Bowman, Jerry Goebel, and your MC, Samson Kirkman. Tonight's episode, Punishment for Hubris, or
Quit taking this so seriously.
Puberty made things hard and awkward. I was a fat ginger kid that didn't understand masturbation. Me working my dick like a blonde working a Rubik's Cube. Every 5 minutes. Whatever. Like, OMG, I am so tired of messing with you. Visiting Rosie Palm and her 5 sisters did nothing for me. So I started having a strong fetish for decorative pillows. See French lace stitched right had me at a full attention. I was ready to pitch that tent. I had this friend, the only kid on the block who had cable TV. Late night skin flicks. So I tried to be at his house, humping his mother's pillows. She had some really nice ones. But the bad thing was, little Bobby talked in his sleep. So as I'm going to town on this pillow, like an old horny dog, he starts a conversation with his mother. Mom, I don't want to go to school. The older kids are so mean to me. They make me do stuff and touch things. About 3 hours of him arguing with his mother, I had enough. I looked over at him the last time and said, "Stop being a little bitch and go back to sleep." I had to go to my grandmother's when I was in trouble. Granny had a guest room that was filled to the brim with decorative bullshit. It was kind of like a mini dating scene. For me, anyways. But one weekend I was there, rubbing my balls on a nice Mother Teresa pillow, busting holy nuts, baptizing myself in my own semen. Granny woke up and just went into the room. Now, folks, you haven't hit lower than low until your grandmother catches you humping her nice decorative pillows. Oh my, what are you doing? Practicing sex. Crocheting the hard way. She had me all thrown off. I didn't know what to say next. So the best thing I came up with was, "Stop being a little bitch and go back to sleep." Remembering back to grade school years, the class was having show and tell. I hated show and tell. Since I come from a low-income family, I didn't have that much to show or tell. So I showed the class sign language from a bus stop that I learned. The exact location was the Greyhound bus stop. "Hey, Bobby, can you see me in the back? I'm doing big things." Some girls sit like this, and then some girls sit like this. But when girls sit like this, they get this, like this. As you can tell by looking, I'm no athlete or a rocket scientist. Although I've been known to be a chemist, but that was just to pay rent. Making meth on the fly isn't actually a trade, but it pays good. I had a job that was going nowhere fast. I was a sandwich artist working at Subway. The spokesman of this place and Walmart shared the same thing in common. Little kids' pants half off. Truth be told, the only thing I picked up on was how to masturbate quickly. When we got downtime, I do a lot of masturbating. But come get a sandwich. Come on, come get you a sandwich. The Subway Corporation would like to believe that it goes down like this. Ding dong! Yay! It's Subway time! Another glorious customer. How are you? How can I help you? Would you like to mistreat me like a whore on 10th Street? In reality, had a special way of making me feel like my bipolar mother. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Bunch more ding dongs. What the hell do you sons of bitches want? I done told you my food stamp card is empty. Same words my mother said to us kids I was using at Subway. I took on a bad relationship. I got a new person in my life. She calls herself a parole officer, but I call her a monkey on the back. Kind of like having a wife that don't like you. Always have to check in with her. Always have to pay her money. Always bugging me to urinate in cups. So I filled 50 of them. Setting up friends on a blind date is exactly like pissing in a 2-liter and calling it squirt. It puts a bad taste in everyone's mouth. I had this friend that was lonely plus a little weird. He used to sleep with his mother up until the age of 15. Used to get caught in high school hallways masturbating. Just give me a minute. I'm just about done. Just give me a minute. My girlfriend had a BFF. Best friends forever. Her panties come off a little too easy. She didn't set the bar too high. She also didn't believe in brushing her teeth. Multiple sex partners without multiple showers. So I figured it would work out. As the night unfolded in front of our faces, I couldn't help but think, this seems too much like a shitty poem. We traveled to a hole-in-the-wall bar, a real dive. The rats won't hump each other in fear of catching diseases. Surrounded by cheap drinks, cheap drugs, and cheap women. Strung out on Dimetap and Bear aspirin. Mishaps fall from the sky. BFF's breath is fighting hard like a knight at Sir Camelot's table. The toothless bartender offering BJs and hand jobs. I'll suck thy cock just for a few gold pieces. My buddy bugging me to borrow money so he could get a BJ or hand job, whichever I could afford. At the end of the night, was kind of at a loss. Couldn't go back to his house. His mother might get jealous. So back at my house, they're fighting like cats and dogs. I smoke a joint and call it a night. Wake up an hour later, BFF is open wide like a Hustler magazine. I mean, she's got so much meat down there, I thought the Kroger deli was about to cater my living room. At one point, she asked, ham or beef? Bad thing was, he said both, and then got him a taste. So the night was spent with them two humping, making sounds like Geppetto sanding a new Pinocchio. Oh yeah, nice and smooth, baby, nice and smooth. Smooth like a Georgia peach. How many of you out there are married? No married couples, huh? I got married once. It didn't last long. I loved my wife dearly, but her father-in-law drove me nuts. He tried to tell me, everything to do around my house. Boy, you need to go out there and mow that yard. Everybody out there is mowing your yard but you. So I'm like, I'll go mow the yard. His teeth are all missing, so I had to add something to it. I said, I'll go mow your yard, but I'm going to use Crest. 5 minutes later, I'm out mowing the yard. He comes out back. Boy, what's this Crest shit you talking about? Is that some kind of lubrication? I done told you ain't got to pound everything. Are you guys ready for your next comics? From Q95, please welcome Nervous Vern and Munchie. Put your hands together. Come on, get real loud. Come on.
Living proof that Jim Gaffigan and Forrest Gump had sex. Thank you, Saints.
There he is.
Simpson Kirkland. Very good. We are Nervous Vern and Munchie. We like to call ourselves the Medicaid's answer to Tenacious D.
That's right. It's called We Gotta Pee.
Without a P.
Not very bad.
Tenacious D, without all that bothersome humor.
Don't have any of that. All that troublesome comedy going on.
It just gets in the way.
No reason for that.
Did you see our beautiful sweat towels that we
Yeah,
got
we got, well, I lost mine.
from the church?
Kind of colorful.
I think I could use that.
I made this shirt out of a tablecloth. You guys were wondering.
Well, it's good to see you all here at the First Church of Cannabis.
We love it here.
Fellow Canatarians.
Boy, do we love it here. I do.
Of course, we do here at the Church of Cannabis, we do the sign of the joint. Bing, 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 bing. Okay. Thank you. Somebody recognized that. Have a Catholic out there.
Yes. At least one.
At least
one.
You think maybe?
It's possible.
Well, we are Nervous Vern and Munchie.
Yes,
and
we are.
I'd like to introduce my partner, the man standing extremely to my left. He has performed on the stage of the Grand Ole Opry. He's performed behind Lynn Anderson and Ronnie Millsap. He's Mars Hill's answer to Esteban. You can see him in his new film, the first spaghetti western filmed entirely in Mars Hill, Indiana. It's called Fistful of Food Stamps.
Me. That's right.
The man who put the pee back in swimming pool, Nervous Vern Glenn.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So happy to be here. This guy needs no introduction, unless, of course, you don't know him, which I'm going to assume most of you don't. A lot of people don't realize this. Man, he's been everywhere in the world. He's sang opera on many stages and behind a lot of people, too. Big radio star back in the day. Then they all hated him and sent him over to my house. So, but that's okay. We love him and we can't live without him. I want you to give a big round of applause to what is the world's oldest child prodigy. Give it up for Mark Munchie Much, everybody. Right there he is. Here with you tonight.
Here at the Church of Cannabis.
Man,
I always wanted to do my John Hagee imitation when I'm here.
what?
You listen to John Hagee? You ever hear that guy?
Didn't know him?
Big
No.
fat guy. I guess it has that barrel-chested voice of his, you know?
Does
I
some
was
church
trying to
stuff?
do that when I was here.
No?
No,
Okay, they don't
nobody.
know.
Are you awake out there? We did
Go,
get it kind
man,
of dark,
we're not
you know.
awake.
So
It's okay, though.
I don't know. It's we realized that this is supposed to be a comedy show, and that's why the Grand Poobah Bill Levin and Jerry Goebel invited us to come in and do this. But in all honesty, we are trying to get away from the comedy.
As a matter of fact, we were just out in Vegas, and we were trying to join up with that Blue Man group.
It's not Blue Man Group.
What?
It's the knockoff. It's the other. It's
Oh.
Blown Man Group.
Blue Man group, yeah. Well, we sucked at that audition. I'll just tell you that right now.
And we start Tuesday.
Tuesday, we're going in. We're in there.
See, so
Fair, we suck pretty well. Thank you very much.
sometimes it's good to suck.
Round of applause for our sucking.
There
Thank you
you
very
go.
much. That was good of you. Yeah. I was kidding. You really didn't have to clap.
So we are trying to get away from the comedy thing. We wrote this very sad ballad
It is a sad
Very sad song. We wrote it originally for Marty Robbins.
The great
And
Marty Robbins.
The great Marty Robbins. Sent it to him, recorded it, sent it to him.
Haven't heard a thing back. We don't know what the hell happened there. But, I mean, truly it was...
But we hope you like it. And like I said, it's kind of a down note to start the show on.
a
But
little slow.
we really like this song, and we call it The Ballad of Cowboy Jack.
I think you're going to like this. Jack was a cowboy, the roughest in town, but he was our neighbor and friend.
One day he rode out, said I'm El Paso bound, gonna find me some whiskey and women and sin. Jack stopped at a sleazy cantina.
Met up with a dark senorita.
She had her a boyfriend, Pepina.
But Pepina shot Jack in the back. Ass was not necessary. We didn't have. Yeah, it could have been something.
Hurt myself.
They patched Jack up after the battle.
But he still couldn't ride in his saddle. So they dressed up our neighbor and friend, sent him home to was tied to his horse's rear end.
You remember that day, don't you, Munchie?
I sure do. That was the day we helped Jack off the horse.
Jack off the horse.
It was a day filled with sadness and bitter remorse. It was the day we helped Jack off that horse. Yeah.
You like that one, did you?
Kind of glad we stopped doing the comedy thing, aren't you?
Boy, when you people don't like a song, you're sure together on it, aren't you? I looked around the room just now and I noticed that maybe a few of you didn't care for that particular tune. Wait till you see the video. It's a bitch.
Jack's horse was a wild one. He was mean all the time. He'd kick and he'd buck and he'd bite.
Now he's so quiet, so happy and calm. That horse seemed to change overnight.
Since the day we helped Jack on the horse.
Everybody, Jack, oh, you're gonna sing it at work Monday, I guarantee it.
Was a day filled with sadness and bitter remorse. It was the day we helped Jack off that horse. Thank you.
That's the song, all the way through there. All the way through just for you. We're
It's been a rough week.
it's been a rough week. It's been
Been
a
a rough week. I started a new job,
Yeah.
and I was kind of tense for the last couple of weeks.
Right.
And Billy had a coupon for that spa downtown.
Oh yeah, I know the spa you're talking
Yeah,
about. Yeah,
it's
you
a-
did the massage. Yeah.
A free massage.
Shoot,
Never
should
had
have went
one
to that. I
before.
like those.
So I figured, it's free, so I went and tried it, and I'm laying there on the table, and all I've got on is this towel around me, and in comes my masseur, Ted.
Oh.
Not sure how I feel about that, but I figure, I'm gonna tough it through, go ahead and do this. There are a lot of people saying good things.
Yeah.
About 10 minutes into the treatment, I said to Ted, Ted, do you mind if I ask you an embarrassing question? He said, no, certainly, Mr. Much. What do you want to know? Yeah, I said, is it common to experience an erection during, one of these treatments? He goes, oh my goodness, yes, happens all the time. I said, could you do me a favor? Could you get it out of my face?
Yeah, it's not very polite if you're gonna.
More than anything else, that's tensing me up right now,
Yeah, you
quite
should.
frankly.
Shouldn't have a boner massage a guy. I
Not
just
how
think
I
it's
roll.
just- It's not right.
That's just not how I roll. Dick Nixon, rap artist. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
Kurt?
Talking to my good friend Flavor Flav the other day. I said, Flavor, see, because we're on a first name basis.
He knows Flav.
I said, what time is it? He said, Dick, are you fucking with me? And he's got a big clock on his chest. Have you ever seen this?
It's a better joke.
Flavor Flav.
You know about the clock.
It's a famous
As
artist.
it turns out.
Just sorry Kanye wasn't there. Anyway, Dick Nixon, I don't know. Speaking of dick jokes,
Hey.
We have actually we've done a lot in the last month. We've got a bunch of new sponsors to help us out. Defray the cost of travel.
You don't make a lot of money doing this.
We don't make a lot of money.
You have to get sponsorships and sell drugs.
And we've got one sponsorship who from a place where we live, Mars Hill, Indiana. You all familiar with Mars Hill?
Anybody know about that place? Well,
Mars Hill. Okay.
we travel around a lot. It's tough to tell people about Mars Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, you
farm
have,
team for the Indiana Department of Corrections. That
Exactly.
Mars Hill.
Kids in your neighborhood, nicer neighborhoods, they have, lemonade stands. You go buy some lemonade, right? Kids in Mars Hill sell clean urine samples.
Yeah, because you got to pass some CDL tests.
Which
Got
can
a
be
lot of
helpful
truck
for some of you,
drivers. A lot of tilt-a-whirl
A lot of
operators
tilt-a-whirl
there.
operators,
A lot of carnies in general. I mean, they can't carry on a conversation, but boy, can they guess your weight and your age. You got two kinds of people in Mars Hill. Those are chronically unemployed, and those employed selling chronic.
You got to. That's all you got there in Mars Hill.
Thank you.
Get to the Mars Hill tattoo shop where you get that back-to-school neck tattoo special.
Yeah, you got to have a student ID, though.
Yeah,
Two Mars Hill kids sitting there in the park. One says to the other one, "What are you going to be when you give up?" It's kind of like that. So it's this new drug company that we've gotten as a sponsor. As soon as I find here. It's called, from Mars Hill, it's called Gateway Drugs.
Gateway Drug Company.
You don't need a prescription at a Gateway Drug Company.
And your first trip to our pharmacy? Always free.
Because then we got you.
Yeah.
But they do basically designer drugs.
Right.
What's
One of my favorites that they just sort of come up with here not too long ago, it's half morning after pill and it's half acid. I call it Plan LSD. This time, take a trip without the kids.
yeah.
Right.
The other one they've got, it's half roofie, half laxative. It's called Easy Come, Easy Go.
It works. It works.
Not bad.
It works. That wasn't bad.
They also have, they don't just make drugs though, they make candy treats.
Yeah, those are delicious.
The world's first candy treat that has its own safe word. M&M's.
Right on the package.
Melts in your mouth, not in your leather gloved hand.
Get it?
See the S&M in it. Never mind.
Never
How many computer people do we have out
Anybody
here?
with the computers?
Anybody good with
All right,
computers?
any
Anybody?
readers? Any people with a book?
Sanitarians.
No books?
How many dopeheads do we
We
have?
got
out
any
here?
pot smokers out
How
here?
many-
Okay,
how many
that's
alcoholics? Okay. See, I can tell you my $1 billion idea, and I'm pretty sure you're not going to remember it tomorrow morning.
right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to cross an IBM with my ex-wife. I'll get a computer that won't go down for any reason.
That's right. Not even your birthday.
Not even your freaking birthday.
It's awful.
I'll tell you. My wife is no
You can
prize.
beg all you want.
Oh, I tell you, she's a big woman. She's a fat woman too. Fat woman. I met her at the Macy's Day Parade. She was wearing rope.
Oh, that's big.
Ooh, I tell you, big woman.
Big woman.
Our bathtub has stretch marks.
Not the bathtub.
Had to have the shower curtain let out.
That's a big woman.
So I running for a bus. I said, "Lay down, you'll make better time." She wears high heels. She strikes oil. That's a heavy
Fat
woman.
and rich. You gotta love her.
Couldn't stop telling jokes like that.
Good to have family nowadays.
This is why I found myself in divorce court for a third time. Yeah, that's me. I love to. Anyway, sitting there.
We like to yuck it up.
Had a little conversation with the judge. Said I'd have to move to a new location. Guess where? Mars Hill.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I ended up. Wrote a little song about it. And this is how it goes. I'm sleeping on the porch to get out of the heat. Some drunks and some crackheads across the street. A cop comes to arrest them all like I knew that he would.
He took men
Oh,
like
yeah.
you knew they would.
Something tells me I'm living in the hood. I got a lot of dough and I'm high as a kite. I'm weaving down the street and it's late at night. Some guys are following me and it looks like they're up to no good.
If I were me,
Oh,
but
yeah.
you're up to no good.
Something tells me I'm living in the hood. Something tells me I'm living in the. Something tells me I'm living in the hood. the morning going down the lane. I had to flag him down cause I'm out of cocaine. Talking to a girl, asked her out on a date. She seems really pleased till I asked, what's your rate? The knot that she left on my head said I misunderstood. Oh yeah,
misunderstood.
something tells me I'm living in the hood. Something tells me I'm living in the. Something tells me I'm living in the hood. I got a big dog to guard my place. He had a mean, nasty, ugly, snarly face. He was a great watchdog, without a doubt. He watched them as they cleaned my apartment out. Everybody's on the run, everyone's on the lam. Everybody's got a hustle or a con or a scam. I need to get the hell out of here while the getting's good.
Better leave
Oh,
while the
yeah.
getting's good.
Something tells me I'm living in the hood. Something tells me I'm living in the. Something tells me I'm living in the hood. Thank you.
That's the song record. Oh, you guys are cool. Wonderful. Tell you what.
Oh,
What's that one?
our big sponsor.
Ah,
Got
forgot
the
about
big
those guys. Oh, they were cool.
We actually pitched this idea to him on the radio on Bob and Tom show.
Yeah, we told them.
Tom said it's okay if we want to do this, and we wrote them this commercial
A lot of people hear that show.
for the Eli Lilly Pharmaceutical
Except for when
Manufacturing
we're on.
Company, manufacturers of that fantastic erectile dysfunction drug, Cialis. Hit it, Vern. If you need a little boost, if you need a little kick, if you need yourself a raging phallus, don't go see Betty or Bobby or Jean. You know you gotta go see Alice.
He's better than a pill.
Cause a limp little member is last time member of a sex drive that don't sound. So find yourself a will and grab a yellow pill and pop it in your mouth.
Pop it in your mouth, get it?
You will if you play your cards right. I see you back there. Cialis, the quicker pecker upper.
Hey.
Cialis, when it absolutely positively has to be there tonight.
Hey.
Cialis, strong enough for a man but made for a woman.
Yep.
Better?
No, feel good.
See, I got 36 hours before I have to finish this work.
Sometimes we just wait till the time's right, you know what I mean?
The time is right.
I think it's right,
I
actually.
think the time's right. If your dog won't hunt and your punter won't punt, you're filled with rage and malice. Don't go see Mary or Margaret or Kate. You know you gotta go see Alice. You know you gotta go see Alice. You know you gotta go see Alice. May cause diarrhea.
You have to decide if she's worth it. I'll tell you what, I've known a lot of women. None of them will I shit the bed over, though. That's the first time. Not done it. Hell, okay, maybe she's out there somewhere. Okay,
Need
she's
that
out there somewhere.
visual.
Shitty love.
And they say in the commercial, they say if you've experienced an erection that lasts 4 or more hours, to call your doctor.
Or turn off the television.
Yeah, if I just turned 60. If I've got an erection that's lasting 4 or more hours, I'm not calling my doctor. I'm calling a photographer because that's a memorable moment. It's like renting a stretch limo. You know you're not going to have it for long, but still you'd like your friends to see you with it. Remember that day?
We drove our Petons. Remember that day?
That's a crow perched on that there.
Check out.
Old men with hard-ons. That's not right. Old men with
No,
hard-ons.
that's not good.
That's just not right.
It's just nasty.
What's next? Crotchless Depends?
Not sure that would work.
Next
No,
logical
they wasn't
step.
working on See the Last Joke. Well, you guys are a nice bunch. I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask you anyway. How many people here, maybe besides me, might have been raised Catholic? Anybody? A couple of you? Yeah, 2, 3 of us. Okay. Well, not enough of you to keep me from doing this song. How about that? Take that shit, right? But anyway, I wrote this song some years ago about what it might have been like growing up Catholic, and it's sort of self-explanatory, but it's very important that you listen to the words as we're know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, hey, he's pretty good, you know? Or maybe you weren't. I remember Sundays in my youth, me and Father inside that booth. Then he looked me in the eye, but I felt a hand upon my thigh. I didn't know that my confessing was gonna lead to my undressing. The first man that ever touched me was a Catholic preacher man. First man that ever ruled me was a Catholic preacher man. He was. Ooh, ouch.
We have the holy water here. There we go. Got you. That's I hate you. Oh boy, you're all Catholics now.
That's what You know, I always hated Sunday Mass. Bob Murphy would grab my ass. Started out with some friendly pokes, then he told me never to tell my folks. Then we snuck behind the pews, coming out about the things we do. Yeah, the first man that ever touched me was a Catholic preacher man. First man that ever moved me was a Catholic preacher man. And he was. Ooh.
Did you hear the one about the nun who got a sex change? Now she's a trans sister.
Get it? Sister Caitlin, we call her. Okay. I had to write another verse to this song because, well, my mom heard the first two verses and
Not happy.
not liking it at all. So I wrote this last verse for all of us who raised our hand a little earlier. Well, all Catholics are getting upset. All the garbage on the TV set. The church is taking a new direction. But what to do with our erection? Father Murphy teaching masturbation to all the kids in the congregation. The first man that ever touched me was a Catholic preacher man. The first man that ever moved me was a Catholic preacher man. He was. Ooh. I didn't mean that to come
You
out.
know, we do have some merchandise
We have some things.
for you guys. You know, after the show, if you like to purchase something, help us out with gas money. We've got T-shirts.
That's what we sell T-shirts.
They're in two sizes, mine and his,
That's right.
and they've been laundered.
We washed them all, brought them with us. Said mine says Leonard Skinner. I got a couple of Decatur Phys Ed shirts on there. If you guys like those,
Got Indianapolis Children's Choir.
got
I
everything,
think
man.
is one of them, but
Pick out a shirt. Let us know what you like,
And,
and if it fits you fine.
right out there at the cab, and if you're really interested, we've got a lovely set of end tables for you.
And an
So,
ottoman we
Anyway.
brought with us from home. So,
what are we gonna do at this point?
I think that it's important that they come out and start buying the ottoman because I've been carrying that thing around.
Oh, by the way,
Oh.
I forgot the
What's that?
high art portion of our show.
That's right.
Let me find it.
You got it?
Here it is.
There it is. Okay. This is cool.
It's a little bit we call Shakespeare for Catholics. Okay? Shakespeare for Catholics. To be. B2.
B2. Anybody got B2?
I
Shakespeare
27.
for Catholics. Get it?
G4.
Who knew your Catholics like the bingo? I didn't know. As it turns out.
Boy, I'm glad we did that for you.
Seem overwhelmed with all this comedy coming at you.
We're having some fun now. Well, what we're going to do?
Well, I was,
Dance number?
yeah, I was hoping that you'd do a lot of people know Mark's a hoofer at heart. You know, he can really move it a little, and so we decided that maybe we should show a little of that off.
Okay, old school.
Well, you know, here's what's crazy is my daughter wanted dancing lessons.
Those can be expensive.
Yeah, you better. And I thought, where am I going to get the money for one of those brass poles so she can practice? You know what I'm saying?
Got to pay the teacher $1 at a time. You know.
You're Roxy. You know what I mean? But
Damn.
I mean, you laugh and scoff, but I never seen them little bitches make no money doing tap, okay? She ain't gonna be no different than her mother, I'll just tell you that right now. A lap dance in a private room's the only reason that little bitch is here now anyhow. I'm just telling you right now. Nobody my age should have a child that age. It's the reason I have to be here playing this shit all the time. Somebody say, am I sharing too much? All right, too much gifts there. Anyway, here's I'll share in a different angle. This is a little nicer. I'm from a little place called Memphis, Tennessee, and there's a guy I met there as a child that is still stuck in my brain to this minute. So I wrote this song about him, and boy, we sure hope you like it. But I knew a man from Memphis, and he'd flash himself by all the kids in the town. First his coat, and then his shirt, and then his pants. He would quickly pull down. He'd jump all around, and he'd dance all about. And I can still hear him say,
Watch my balls dangle. See my balls dangle. Watch my balls dangle while I dance. Then one day the police came and hauled him in. He said, you don't understand. I'm not a freak, a pervert, I'm not a pedophile. I'm just a free swinging man. I'll run through the park, naked at dark, and I can still feel them sway. I can't watch my balls dangle, see my balls dangle, watch my balls dangle while I dance.
how many of you thought you was going to see that tonight? Look at them old bastards with their nuts.
I insist. Anyway, I'll tell you what. How many Jerry Springer? Everybody's familiar with Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer?
Yeah, watch Jerry. I've seen him at least once. All right.
I expect a few of you have been on the show.
We wrote a song some time ago that is a love song for the Jerry Springer generation.
That's right. If Jerry Springer had written a love song, we think it would have went something like this, and we call it, If That Ain't Love, What Is? Hey, say it with me. If that ain't love, what is? Wow, and they say it affects their attention span. I don't think it does. They were right with me there. Did you see that?
Absolutely.
Way to go, guys. Happy for you.
What song are we doing again? Jerry Springer.
Oh, Jerry Springer, that's right. If that ain't love, what is? They just said it together.
Getting old.
How's it go?
You start.
It's in G.
Honey, I know I shouldn't have done you like that.
But I gambled all the money away and called your sister a fat ass.
But I lifted up the lid when I take a whiz. If that ain't love, what is?
Outside your apartment, I waited all night long.
See who you come home with if you did me wrong.
Well, you slapped my face, but I stepped on his. If that ain't love, what is? And if that ain't love, then a Cadillac ain't a car. And if you'd rather be with him than me, why you're a stupider bitch than I think you are. I tore your clothes up and threw them out in the rain.
I flushed your birth control pills right down the drain.
If you don't want mine, you can't have his. If that ain't love, what is?
Play it, nervous.
And if that ain't love, then a Cadillac a stupider bitch than I think you are. Well, I called the police and told them you stole my car.
I showed some naked pictures of us round at the bar.
Even pointed out spots that you used to kiss. If that ain't love, what is?
Well, I stared at your picture till I went into shock.
Sold my guitar, got my gun out of hock.
I took a shot at you, but I deliberately missed. If that ain't love, what is?
I said if that ain't love, what is?
One more time.
Well, if that ain't love,
What is? Thank you. Did you lose something? Don't you hate technology? He said to technology. What are we going to do at this point? Oh, have you found it?
How about that? Is that okay?
There we go.
Hey,
Back up.
he was going to come up and help. It's one button. What the fuck? You can't handle it?
That last episode had all the dramatic tension of The Martian. And we got him! And we got him!
We got him!
So what happened to the bald guy?
Got this shirt at my Gamblers Anonymous meeting.
Yeah.
I only go there after I win a few $100s.
There's a cheap motel in Vegas that's missing a shower curtain.
And a lampshade, actually.
Yeah, pretty
I
ugly.
got married in this shirt.
I'll tell you what.
Got divorced in this shirt, too. I don't change my shirt much.
That was
Really,
the same
I'm trying to
day,
say.
pretty much.
Yes, it was.
We're here. We are at the Church of Cannabis,
Right.
and we can't leave without relating this little story
At
of this
least
song.
asking, you know.
Back in the day when we were young and beautiful, we were a young strapping guy like Samson Kirkman here,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we'd finish the show, and the girls would be throwing shit at us.
and
You know,
stuff. Here's
wanna
some more
have
drugs.
sex with us, and here buy us drinks and free booze and drugs and shit. Well, that doesn't happen very much anymore.
And mostly they just throw shit at us. And I mean, not drugs anymore neither. So that sucks.
You gotta be careful. Sometimes those vegetables come in cans.
Here's a carrot of tomatoes.
So we basically have to come out and ask for it.
This
That's
is
what the purpose of this is, and hope you pay attention and are helpful. We got a little request that we'd like to make. This isn't a joke, it isn't a fake, but you see, we really got this pressing need. Has anybody got any weed? Cause we're jonesing like a mother and we're dry as a bone. Can't get our connection on the telephone. So let us be if you missed the point. Can anybody front us a joint or two or three? Has anybody got any pot? Reaper is one thing we ain't got. It's that green stuff that grows with some seeds in the stem. We really need a shot of that vitamin M. We don't need no acid cause we're getting too old. Don't need no cocaine cause our hearts will explode. What we really, really want you all to help us obtain is a little bit of Mary Jane. There's nothing back here. Has anybody got any pot? Reaper is one thing that we ain't got. It's that green stuff that grows with some seeds in the stem. We really need a shot of that vitamin M. We don't need no Xannies or bites or perks. Don't buy us drinks cause we'll act like jerks. What we really, really want y'all.
If you've got anything at all, we're so seriously out of
We
weed
got
right now, man.
a couple of roaches out in the
Dry over
ashtray
my
of the car.
neighborhood. Something maybe the police didn't find.
We'll wait.
Well, I'll
If you
hurry.
want to get up and go
Got
to your
all night.
car and look. Half an OZ.
What do you got?
Half an OZ.
Well,
Anybody.
well,
Anybody.
You have to front it. I mean,
Dime bag. Dime bag. Come on. A nickel.
anything.
A
Joint,
deuce.
something we can use. Just some, yeah.
Some cloud.
He wanted collateral. Yeah,
Cloud.
I got
I'll
3
cloud you.
I got
I'll
3
cloud
kids.
your head
Pick one.
open, young man. There's a
I got 3
fucking-
kids. They're out in the car. Pick
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
one.
We're talking herbal. We really need it. We aren't kidding. We won't stop singing till you come off it. Wait, I'm on probation. probation. Anybody got any pot? Yeah, well, there you go. Holy mackerel, he's got... What's that?
Oh, holy shit. He's not kidding.
He's handing us something.
He don't want to be seen on TV. It's his problem. Let me see it right there. No, let me see what it is. No, a joint, not a dildo. The hell
that is?
He's been twisting this all night back there. I'm trying to figure out what the hell he's doing.
No,
I'm
a
sorry.
paper dildo. That's just
That's not right. It doesn't
Paper
work for
dildo.
shit. There's nothing's going to happen with that, I can tell you. Just a waste of your time right here. Let me tell you this.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's about time for us to close out things. We've got more show coming up for you.
A lot more show, man.
Mr.
And thanks
Samson
to
Kirkman.
Comedy Grinder. Thank you guys for having us. You
Yes.
guys are too cool for giving us the chance to get up here and
Jerry Goebel
be
and
this unbelievably stupid.
Bill Bowman is
Bill
coming
Bowman's
up.
coming. We
He
got a
should
Bill
be
here.
here.
Sure, Bill, wow. Our guy.
And we thank you for being here.
Yes, we
and,
do. We're really
You know, I'd like to thank you all. I'd like to thank my mother and father for making this all possible.
That's right.
And I'd like to thank my ex-wives for making this necessary. In particular, I'd like to thank this group of people over on this side of the
You
room.
guys are
here.
cool.
I was
You guys
watching
are.
you. It's hard to do, but I was watching you. You're laughing in all the right places.
Perfect.
You're obviously highly educated, college educated.
Clearly brilliant people.
You're the pillars of the arts and sciences in your community.
You can tell.
You're the reason why we come out night after night and after night and do
Mm-hmm.
shows like this. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Give
for
yourselves a
being
round of applause. You were great tonight. Thank you guys for.
here. Now, people over here. Was your bowling league canceled or something? The plasma donation center cut out early, or a stagnant gene pool is what I'm looking at. You're the lowest common denominator in society.
There's a trailer park in Fountain Square, half fucking empty because you people are here.
You're
But
here for the tit and cock joke.
That's it. But you're my people. I love you, and I might need a ride home. So,
The interesting thing that comes up with that.
yeah.
One wonders, how can you possibly perform for two such obviously divergent groups of individuals?
It doesn't seem possible.
It doesn't seem possible, but we believe, Nervous Vertimunchi, that with our combined knowledge and experience in show business, that we have come up with a solution that's going to satisfy both of you.
Absolutely both of you.
Che bella cosa, giornate sole, l'aria serena dopo la tempesta.
Okay, this guy walks into a barber shop, and he looks at the barber and says, "Hey, Bob Peters here." The barber went, "No, stupid, we just cut hair." See, they don't Bob Peters. It's a Bob Peters joke. Well, you got to slow it down for these people. They're dumb. I mean,
Not during the frickin' song.
they
How many
don't
fucking
have.
times
They
I
got
gotta
these.
tell
They
you?
can't just spend
That
goddamn a
fucking
circus
song
monkey.
was
There's no.
E l'aria fresca pareggia una festa. Che bella cosa, una giornate sole.
Oh, hear about the three gay judges? They all tried each other. How about that queer Indian? He's a real brave sucker. All right. Anybody know what happens to a woman's asshole before she has really good sex? She drops him off at the golf course. Two crabs sitting on a toilet seat. One of them got pissed off. He's out of there. He got pissed off.
Oh, solo mio, stai di fronte a te.
Guy's got no arms, no legs, still got his penis.
Oh sole I'm actually interested to hear how this shit comes out.
Yes, but he has to be really fucking excited about where he's going.
Kind of fronted, Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. We are Nervous Bird and Munchie. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Have a great evening.
Samson Kirkman. Tell what we're going.
Are you guys still having fun? Yeah, let's hear you. Get real loud, real quick, right quick. All right, we're going to take a small little break. We'll be back at 9:07. Thank you. Are we still having fun? Let me get a quick thank you to our sponsors. I'd like to thank Indie Talks Radio, Bud and Breakfast, Marion County Auto Auction, High on the Hill, and Tempe Hemp. And also would like to thank Auto Nation Facebook, shows at 8 o'clock on Fridays. Workshop is on Saturdays 2 to 4. And thank you guys for coming out and supporting us. Are you guys ready for our next comic? Yeah. Come on, get real excited. I want to hear you. Put your hands together for Jason Willenberg. Yeah. Jason Willenberg.
Thank you very much. Did you ever black out and not know where you woke up? Was in another state visiting a friend of mine. We decided to go out drinking. Led to such a situation. I wake up and I'm feeling myself around, looking around. I see a ceiling. I feel a waterbed. The waterbed starts to go up. I look over and I just hear this, ho, ho, ho. I didn't know where I was. I just see this little dog down at the end of the bed just laughing. Ah! So, I take the chain that was binding me, strangle Jabba, jump up onto the deck of the ship that we were on, blasted my way, swung across a pit with some snarling creature in it, and that's the story of me ending up in the chainmail bikini, and I'm sticking to that. No, seriously though, I've moved on from being an irresponsible younger person. Got married and happened to run into a teacher of mine from when I was in high school. And she and my wife started talking back and forth, and the subject of kids come up. And she looks at my wife and goes, "He's responsible for children?" That just leads me to believe that the whole "you're not living up to your potential" thing was a bunch of BS in my... I mean, everyone's heard it. You're not living up to your potential. What was the thought? That I'd end up just flipping fries for my life? But I was a responsible adult, sort of. Ended up having a talk with my son. And it was one of those uncomfortable talks where he starts asking the questions. And the subject of ejaculation came up. And he looks at me and he goes, "So do you see it squirming when it comes out?" Squirming? Yeah, do you see it squirm when it comes? How many do you think? And he goes, "Just the one, right?" And it's like, "No." There's millions that come out. And to see his little mind just go, but the facetious side of me came out and go, "You know, you could only ejaculate 100 times, then your balls explode." So we're talking about this around the family table when the kids are adults. And, we're all laughing about it. And quietly from his side of the table, I hear, "That 100th time scared the shit out of me." He kept track. In my whole life, I could never plan a practical joke like that. So here at First Church Cannabis, it is an honor to be here on 1 year anniversary. I personally don't smoke, but my dad did. And I kind of found this out. I was coming home from college and walking around the place, glad to be home. And I go behind the garage, and there is a 7.5-foot tall plant. It had a trunk on it. And me being in college, granted I didn't smoke or anything, but I'm a broke college student. I'm looking at this thing like Daffy Duck looking at the gold hoard. I'm rich, I'm fabulously wealthy, I'm socially secure. And then I hear from behind me, touch it and I'll kill you. He was nice enough not to unbuckle the holster. It was a nice change for him. But yes, for that is my time, and I thank you very much. And we'll bring Samson back up here.
Give it up for Jason Willenberg. Jason Willenberg. Are we ready to keep this popping like a whore on 10th Street? Please welcome your next comic, Joe Swaz. Joe Swaz. Put your hands together for Joe Swaz.
It's actually Joe Ostrowski, but whatever. I've been asked, I'm new at comedy, and I've been asked, what are your comic heroes? And I tell them, I look down on them because I'm 6'4". My family recently got a dog. She's so scared of me, she would think that I'm ISIS or something. Okay. We decided to name her, they asked me to pick out the name, 3 names to give me, Cersei, or Ozzy, which she didn't look like Ozzy Osbourne at all, and Eddie. Of course, I found that hysterical because I have a coworker at work, and I would love to sit and tell Eddie, please stop biting the squirrel. Eddie, oh shit, Eddie, I just stepped in your shit. Okay, I didn't have a good job. I went on 3 interviews for my first job at Meyer. It was kind of like a date. So I found it confusing when I kissed the manager at the end. They sent me straight to HR after that. They put me up to cashiering duty, and every time I would ask customers, how would you like to pay for that, in cash, credit, or doubloons? That actually was funny at once. One guy had an eye patch on. So one time I broke my arm and they put me on 3rd shift, night shift as a greeter. I would always ask customers, "Welcome to Meyer. Now what the fuck you doing here?" I'm told that comedy is kind of therapeutic. That's good because it probably helped with my drinking problem. Obviously not. So anyway, they assigned me up to the back room. Assigned me in the dairy section, and my family calls me the milkman. But it's so freezing back there that you should call me Mr. Freeze. Yeah. Thank you. It's not done yet. I still have, 3 minutes left? Okay. Wow, I'm blanking. And my alcohol problem is coming back. And that's it.
Give a big warm hand for Joe. Joe Swaz. Are you guys ready for your next comic? Yes. I can't hear you. Are you guys ready? Yes. All right, put your hands together for Gary Warden. Gary Warden.
Hello, everyone. Great time. Great time to see you. Okay, let me get started over again. Okay, well, anyhow, I give a little disclaimer here that I change places, names, and other events. That way nothing gets recognized. So, my name's Gene. So, what I want to do is talk a little bit about the birth of my child. I got a 24-year-old girl, and whenever she was born, I walked into the hospital and such, and when you're a new father, you're just caressing them, you're holding them, and you're looking down in her eyes. I was looking down in her eyes, beautiful brown eyes, and I was looking at her, and she had all of her toes and all her fingers. I was thinking how blessed I was. Then all of a sudden, a thought came over me. Oh shit, I've got to live the rest of my life dealing with her mother. So that happened. Speaking of her mother, her and I did later on in life get a divorce, and what happened was we had rental properties, and on rental properties we had a guy living there, and of course she had an affair and got pregnant. So he came back to me and he said, "Hey Gary," he said, "we got to prorate the rent because you still owe me two weeks worth of rent. I didn't live there." And I told him, I said, technically let's do that, but let's look at the other contract as well with marriage. I said, technically I got to charge you for the next 9 months of that pussy you got. So, needless to say, I ended up with a little bit more money than he did. So that was a good thing indeed. Being a comic, the first thing most people say to me after they hear my comic style, they'll say, "Hey, Gary, don't quit your day job." Shit, I work counsel and minister at Church First Cannabis. So definitely keep that going too as well. I do Bill Cosby. I'll do quick. I only do one quick thing for Bill Cosby doing Fat Albert. It's the only impression I know.
Hey, 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 got your roofie today.
I guess I do a little Beavis and Butthead. I just, fire, 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 yeah, fire. So that's pretty cool. The other day, my mother actually is doing a little preventive maintenance on her health, and she learns about the healing powers of cannabis. So she's now engaging in a daily regimen, and she ate her first piece of candy. And in doing such, I was there, after about a half an hour, I looked at her. Big gaze came into her eyes. All of a sudden, she started talking to me freely about everything. And I mean everything. Shit you don't want to hear. I'm the 10th child born, and I know where every one of us was conceived, so let's not even go there no more. So, let's see here. Over here for a second here. Okay, my first drink of whiskey, I'm going to tell you about that real quick. It was in Chicago, and I was only about 14 years old, just entered high school. And a buddy of mine had a nice big fifth of rum, and he said, "Hey, I bet you can't drink that in about 15 minutes. I said, "I bet I can." So I grabbed it, and I started swigging it. And last thing I remember, tilting up the bottle. And next thing you know, I woke up, I started hearing and looking around. I seen a bunch of people around me, and it was firemen and such. The guy, by the way, the person that I was drinking with, his father was a fireman. So the fireman was there and such, and they carried me downstairs, and they were taking care of me all night. And, I slept it off. I woke up next morning. I'm acting like I'm asleep. I overheard my friend Bob's mother saying, "Oh, shit. There's piss, there's shit, there's puke, there's everything everywhere." And I'm downstairs, I'm still pretending I'm asleep. All of a sudden, she walks upstairs. I look at Bob, and I say, "Hey, Bob, are you awake?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm awake, man." And I'm thinking, "Oh, shit, man." I said to him, "Hey, man, your mom," she said, "I puked and I pissed everywhere." "No, Gary, it wasn't you, it was me." So that's what happened there. I got family that pretty much want to kill you sometimes down the Cincinnati area. So I was down there a few years ago, back about 10, 15 years ago. Done my first hit of acid back then. And what happened was they tried to poison me. They gave me a hit of acid, and next thing you know, I was 90 degrees out. I was melting into the ground, and wasn't ready for it. Had a bad trip. The curtains start moving. Then they fucked with me. They said, "Hey, Gary, would you like to try a volume to calm down?" Never had a volume, so I guess I'll try it. Didn't help me, but needless to say, them kind of people are the ones to stay away from. They're always out there. Some of the families, always do that, but When I first came here to First Church Cannabis and became a counselor that night, I didn't know that I was going to become a dog whisperer. As you all know, Boss is a dog that's at the church, and that's the first one that I had to counsel. And he turned out okay, he's still out there. But, doing comedy here is essentially is needed in life, and every one of you out here, I appreciate you all coming out here. Let's see here. Basically, I'm just honored to be up here. So I just thank you all, and have more laughs tonight and enjoy.
Put your hands together for Gary Warren. Gary Warren. Are we ready for our next comic? Yeah. Sure. All right, put your hands together for Rhett Castile. Rhett Castile.
Give it up for Samson Kirkman over there. Kind of giving that little Rain Man effect to really drive home our names. It's nice, 10 minutes to Wapner. No, I'm kidding. Tonight, I'll be playing the part of Bill Bowman. So, how many of you have ever blown up a teller and a safe and kept beating a dead horse? Sorry. Is this where they call shots fired? Is that what the kids do? No, speaking of shots fired, I come from the oh-so-magical land of the east side of Indianapolis. Yeah, no. No, if you've been there, you wouldn't actually be clapping. You may catch the clap, I'm sure. But, ever since last July, we've been playing the East Side's favorite game, Guess That Sound, Firework or Gunshot Edition. Yeah, we're definitely gearing up for Monday night. Oh, yeah, it's a wonderful place. I call it the land that the Simon Brothers forgot. Intentionally. Yes, Washington Square, ma'am, yes. For those of you viewers not keeping up with the home game and not on Google hiding Hillary Clinton searches. But I call it the land of abandoned shopping carts. It's like East Side tumbleweeds. Yeah, but you also find over there tumbleweaves. If you don't know what a tumbleweave is, just drive down Washington Street at 3 a.m. on a windy night. You'll figure it out. Yeah, it's weird because like the other night I was staying over at my girlfriend's place and it was just way too quiet for me. And she goes, well, shouldn't that help you sleep? And I said, not where I'm from. I said, I can't sleep comfortably unless I hear someone trying to kill someone else. Hey, what a lot of you call dysfunctionality, I call memories, all right? But I saw a sign near my house in front of this church where it says, I choose you, Jesus. And being of the generation I'm of, I said, I choose you, Pikachu. I'd like to see that battle. Pikachu used shock. Jesus used religious persecution. It's super effective. I love that the person who was laughing the hardest at that is one of the adults in the room. Oh, gosh. No, it's great. Like I said, I've got a new girlfriend now. That's really cool. In a new relationship, and it's fantastic and all. But, thing is I'm not used to good things because I'm Irish. Yeah. See, the Irish are laughing at that joke. Yeah, it's because we're always just waiting for the other shoe, aren't we? Not to drop, but just to beat us across the face. But no, it's a lot of fun because you want a woman, guys, who makes you as hard as the Lion King on Sega Genesis. I'm glad a few of you got that. No, we'll take it. But I have a newfound appreciation for the movie 127 Hours, where the hiker cuts his arm off after getting it trapped. I didn't know that a 98-pound woman could make you feel that way after she falls asleep on your arm. 5 minutes in, and I was trying to figure out how the hell the guy made it that many hours. Oh. But I'm glad to be up here doing stand-up. This is fun because it gets me out of my head and out of the house. Yeah. Because comics were a strange breed, if you hadn't noticed by the variety show tonight of us. But I was looking through one of my notebooks earlier, and I found this weird note in there that I'd written at some point, and it just said simply that I felt like ventriloquists were proctologists who were just too shy to live out their dream. Yeah, there's the World Into Comics mind right there. But yeah, I spent a lot of time in hospitals, and because you see the cane I've got, I had a bunch of surgeries on my back. I've had so many knives in my back, I'm the Julius Caesar of surgery. Yeah, it's fantastic. But I spent so much time in these hospitals that I saw a lot of weird things. Like, for instance, there was this family of Asian people that were holding down a child, each by a limb, trying to get him to take liquid Tylenol, and he wouldn't do it. And it took all of them until the elder of the group smacked the kid on the mouth, and he opened up his mouth, and they just dropped it down, and he starts choking on it, and they held their hand over him until he swallowed it. They started Tylenol boarding the kid right in the lobby. Because when you're in the hospitals a lot, you need to find humor. Like, for instance, I was in the hospitals for 5 days around the same time that the State Fair stage collapse happened. Because God hates Sugarland, apparently. I know, it takes a few years to get used to that joke. Yeah, I heard a lot of agreement more than anything. But, no, it was tough. You get through all that, and, but, you know, I needed dark jokes, and I needed people to make them dark for me, because I don't like to hold back. And so a buddy of mine tells me, he goes, "You know what I do when I get mad, Rhett?" I said, "What's that?" He says, "I take a walk." Then I was sitting around telling jokes with my little sister. Told her one joke, and she goes, "That was lame." I said, "What, like your sense of humor?" She goes, "Like your leg." Yeah, oh, we're going to have to get a little more comfortable than that. One thing, though, I love being here in this place, here with Auto Nation and with the Church of Cannabis. It's a fantastic place. And, of course, like, we just had the 1-year anniversary. But when I first came here, I really didn't know what to expect. I was probably like a lot of you. If you're like me, you're wondering what communion was going to be like here. Yeah. Can't you imagine it? Little communion cups full of Mountain Dew. You could have Doritos as the body. Oh, I know. If I believed in hell, I'd be smelling brimstone too. Oh, no, but I didn't always date the smartest woman. Dated a girl once who told me she wanted to go on vacation somewhere nice to a beach and shoot pictures. I said, "Okay, what beach?" She thought about it for a little while, and she goes, "How about the grassy knoll?" Yeah. For those of you not keeping up with the home game again, the grassy knoll is where Kennedy was supposedly shot from. Yeah, and it damn sure ain't a beach, is it? No, but being a comedian, I couldn't help that. I played that shit up. I looked at her and I was like, "Okay, that's cool. You know, I heard they shot something there. Wasn't Kodak, but it did start with a K. You could hire 2 shooters, photographers, sorry. And you could always take one back and to the left. Because in all, from what I heard, it was a pretty mind-blowing experience." Yeah. I'm going to close with this, because you know how when you die, kind of like I've been doing up here? They have different ways they can memorialize you. Like, instead of cremation and caskets now, they have, like, the maker of the Frisbee. They took his remains and they turned him into a Frisbee. It's good to know the kids can still play with Grandpa. Just right after you wrestle him away from the dog. Oh, well, thank you. Something to consider now, isn't it? Yeah, especially when he goes. No, my all-time favorite, though, is they can take all the carbon that's in your body, turn you into a diamond, and they give you to a relative as jewelry. That's Diamonds Are Forever at its finest. But I want to hear that Shane Company commercial tonight when I'm driving home. I want to hear it. "There's a young man who wants to give his girlfriend an engagement ring. He's short on cash, but Grandma's circling the drain. Introducing the Grandma Cut Diamond from the Shane Company." Thank you, and that's Rhett Castile. That's my time.
Rhett Castile. That was Rhett Castile. Are you guys ready for your next comic? Let's get a real warm welcome to Jerry Goebel. That's Jerry Goebel.
That's Jerry Goebel, available now for kids' parties. Available.
Hey, thank you guys. Hey, this is actually our 1-year anniversary. Isn't that great? We had to hold a decoy show because our protester things. Like, we did a service on Wednesday, and strangest thing happened. Really weird guy comes up on the porch, wants to get high. He's asking all sorts of really stupid questions. Bill tells him to split. Next thing you know, there's an ambulance here. Parked right in the driveway, lights blaring. Guy's laying across the street in the grass. I go out and say, what's wrong with him? He's like, he's just fucked up. You know, who called 911? We didn't. No, we just told him to beat it. So he's gonna have to sleep it off. And then they just stood there. And I was like, well, do you mind backing out of the driveway? Get your lights going on. You're scaring the shit out of people here. Nobody wants to come here. You know, you're the First Church of Cannabis and you see sirens and lights all over the fucking place. Do you go to the service? Do you? Do you take the chance? Do you go, oh my God, I'm holding and I'm driving right by these motherfuckers. Oh shit. Oh shit. This is gonna be oh Lord. Oh Lord. See, it is a religion. Oh Lord. Let me get in this fucking driveway. Just past these assholes, these fucking four paramedics standing in the room going, I don't know, man. I'm like, what are you, crisis scene actors? What the fuck? Get out of the goddamn driveway and back up. And they look like I didn't read the script. And I'm like, he's not dying. Just back up. Let us in. We're waiting on the police. Well, the guy ain't dying and he ain't going nowhere. Just back up the ambulance, man. I'll call your supervisor. I don't know. Where's he at in the White House? Let me know. You know? And then 2 minutes later, 4 squad cars roll up here. And the whole time, there's people in here in the service. We've isolated this room so you can't hear outside because we've got to isolate the sound from the neighbors. So nobody knows this is even going on. So there's 4 cop cars out there. They're just blaring their lights. And they're lined up all the way down that road with the ambulance right at the end. Blaring their lights. Now we got cops all out, and then this homeless dude's going to get the beat down. And I'm like, finally. You know, because fuck this guy. I'm sorry, he's sabotaging shit here. As far as I'm concerned, he's really causing a situation on our anniversary. We advertised it, and all of a sudden there's a thing. Really? Where was this guy Tuesday? You're a homeless guy, dude. You've been homeless here for a year. We ain't seen your ass till the anniversary. What's going on? How homeless are you? Really? You know? And then as soon as the cops get up, he gets up and starts walking away. And he's like talking crap about filming them back. And then Nathan, the guy that's filming the documentary about this place that's going to send us all to prison, just joking. It's going to be great. It'll actually reveal that the rest of the world sucks. That the rest of you out there in internet land that didn't support us, then happy anniversary, bitches. We're welcome to the new year. We'll talk to you at the 5-year anniversary, and then you guys can cop an attitude again, but seriously, from my heart. So the cop cars roll up, blocking the driveway. And the guy walks up. Here's the beautiful part. All of a sudden, out of the side of the road, I see this camera guy and this other bald reporter-looking guy who looks like he got the desk job because of some sexual harassment thing or something. Like he got bumped back and he's got to handle it with the camera guy who's got the funky smell. You know, like they're handing it out across the street in the house and running down the street chasing the homeless guy. Like, it was orchestrated. It was just like, oh my God, are we really doing this here? Really? They're going to choreograph a picture. I didn't even see the article, but I was making bets that they're going to show sirens and stuff for our 1-year anniversary. And that was Wednesday. That was our decoy night. Tonight's the night. We faked them out. So they didn't see it. Welcome to It's July 1st, assholes. You guys know how to use a calendar? We're stoners, and we do. That's called getting played. That's called getting played. We played you. You guys suck. Not sure who it was. I have a sneaking suspicion they were set up in the backyard the other night. And just like, man, what kind of crap is that? You know, and I'm all worked up. And I got to tell you, I get worked up. I've been here a year, man. I've been here a year. My whole life has changed. I'm not doing stand-up the way I used to. Obviously, you saw the last week's set. You know that's absolutely the fucking truth. Oops. Sorry. It was a little scary. It was a little, you know, but I'm getting tied up in my own head. Because this whole show for me has been a propaganda standpoint, right? Like, I'll bring in funny guys. And also, by the way, give it up for the guys that came up here tonight. They came in. Okay. I got a no-call, no-show from a comic. So, you know, that's just time. And these guys stepped in on a moment's notice and did it, which is amazing. Because the number one fear all people have is public speaking, and the number two fear is death. How stupid is that? You know what I mean? Yeah, so good job, guys. Also, keep in mind, all the rest of you guys, that if you never should fuck with a comedian because we're not afraid to die. That's really the bottom line. The joke. There was one joke told tonight. Jerry told it. Contractually obligated to, so. But yeah, but thanks for coming out. And so I'm like, but this has been a platform for me for a year. My agenda and the church's agenda are the same. I'm saying the church, that the cannabis is the cure for cancer because I force the dialogue. I know the church can't do it. That's my mission. That's my own solo crazy man mission. And I've been trying to force it through here. Problem is, propaganda of the nature of cannabis leads inevitably to politics. All right? I don't see no hope in the future with a lot of these guys who everybody's kind of settling for. I hear a lot of talk about things that may happen or things we're considering or we'll do another study. But honestly, suck my dick. It's a cure for cancer. And the problem is in that whole course of action, when it becomes politics, it's no longer funny for me because I can't do a dick joke and get away from it, Because it's important. It's really important, but it's not funny. And that's the way I got written up. I got my first write-up in the mail. I don't know if you guys know this. The International Coalition of Comedians. We got 100,000 members, and most of those are unemployed. I realize it's funny, but they sent me a message for my first official write-up as a comedian because I was assigned here, and they said, "Well, I'm just going to read it to you because it's just International Coalition of Comedians, the ICOC, regarding last week's show. Dear Mr. Goebel, it has come to our attention that you've begun to take your assignment at the First Church of Cannabis far too seriously. Let's face it, Mr. Goebel, for the last several weeks, you have been serious about issues, and it just doesn't work for us. We need laughs. We ask for lighthearted, and you just tear them out. Consider this a performance review and not a good one. As terms of this written reprimand, your status as comedian is being downgraded to alt comic. Simply put, you aren't funny, just weird." Yeah, right? 23 years, busting your ass for these cocksuckers, and they come out and they're like, "Oh, I have a bad show, throw me under the bus." Yeah, I'm taking it serious. Also, in order to get you back in line, you are being given a partner. Together, you will change the tone of your propaganda campaign and assume a support role of endorsement. Mandatory, or it's back to the open mic in the sticks. Sincerely yours, Hugh G. Rection. I don't think it's fair. I don't think I deserve to have a partner. I'm like Dirty Harry. I don't need partners. My partners get killed because I talk mean streets of stuff that's funny. And it's funny stuff, and sometimes people get hurt because they can't take a fucking joke. I used to be dirtier, now I'm more like PG-13, but still. I did. Fuck those guys. All right, so fine. It's a term. Okay, all right. Alt comic is not a compliment. That's like being a magician or a ventriloquist. And frankly, I feel like they're, Jay Leno started slipping. They made him endorse Lay's potato chips to try to get him to go back to do it, and look what happened to him. And I feel this is just unfair because I just saw who I. This is Little Mike. Mike Pence. Mike Pence Jr., he calls it. Is that right? That's right. Sorry. All right. We did try to do some rehearsal, but honestly, I didn't like to do Who's on First. Because, yeah, you know what I mean? Because it's really overtly sexual, and I'm uncomfortable with this. But as terms of my probation, I have to endorse Mike Pence as the family values candidate. So, and honestly, I know where that's been. So I frankly, come on, Mike, I know who your donors are. You know what? You can call it family values, but focus on the family's not. Oh, all right. Focus on the family was wrong about Dungeons and Dragons. Can we agree? Okay, great. The gay thing, All right. Funny. I get it. All right. Hey, Mike, do you know if you tell the cops you're high, they'll clean out your car? Okay, all right. It's fucking my jokes up. This is the worst thing. All right. Mana, mana. Mana, mana. Mana, mana. Mana, mana. Mana, mana. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Sad part is I have to take him to movies too, and I have to sneak him in, and that's awkward. And the other day, my dick fell off in the lobby, and they thought I had leprosy. Yeah, I know, right? Your name was on it, not me. Right? I get it. And yeah, anyway, how about those gays? Yeah, all right, okay. Oh, hey, here's one I can talk to you about, Mike Jr. The definition of tranny. Because my kid came up to me the other day. This was real awkward. He's grown up and he's learned words. He came to me. He says, "Dad, what's a tranny?" Right, exactly. And I'm like, "Oh man, apparently you found the porn stash." And so it was yours, Mike. It was yours. And so I'm like, "Oh, well, maybe I ask Grandpa." And he goes out and talks to Grandpa, and he asks Grandpa, "What's a tranny?" And he says, "Oh yeah, it's transmissions on the car. The tranny. You drop a tranny out of your car." Oh boy, that's a good cover, Dad. That's fucking awesome. And then he says, "That doesn't make a damn bit of sense." Because he's like, we have to protect our freedom from the trannies of oppression. And I said, no, that's tyranny. It's tyranny, that's not tranny. Wasn't that tranny? That's a community. Okay, Jesus. Tiptoe through the tulips, and I got this in your colon. It's your colon, Mikey Pence. Stay there, kids. I'm a soldier, I wear a helmet, look. It's funnier than this asshole. Look, I'm gonna do a John Bobbitt impression. I don't encourage it. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get lower billing on a dick, a rubber dick. This is just great. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate this. Now we have to have our, I can never stay mad at you. He's a sweetheart. We went porn shopping today for Mike Jr. today. And it was a wonderful experience to take Granny J into the world of porn. It was a mystical, magical land where her and her friend Nancy danced and pranced around all the vibrators, checking out all the nozzles and the attachments, going, "Woo, look at this one." And frankly, I was there on business. I was court mandated to get this, or I'd have to be an alt comic. So I was only there for just this dick. And I tell you what, it is the awkwardest thing in the world to make this part of your job requirement. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, people pay more attention to me when I got this thing. But they go, "Who's the screamy guy with the dick in his hand?" They'll know it's Jerry Goebel. It must be cold out, there's not a two-wheeler. Look at him go. Jazz hands. David Copperfield. 12 more minutes with my partner. I guess we peaked too soon, huh? Okay, we'll have an act together in another 20 minutes. It'll be great. It'll be on. So that's a cum joke. Right? This guy's a one-track mind. That's why I don't know what it is. He just want to go to the bathroom. I'm like, geez, Mike, come on. All you talk about the family values and the bathrooms and the trannies, it's a little suspicious, I gotta tell you. Yeah, don't look at me like that. We've all thought it. You've seen your haircut. You've seen the way you gaze longingly at Brian Bosma. I understand the longing desire you would have for that guy, because he's powerful, man, powerful with bad hair. But still, Brian Bosma, boy, I bet he's a bear. He is. My pants under the Bosma, he'll take it all. And when you vote in November, kick his ass out in the fall. Thank you. See, that's God speaking through me. I didn't say that song. Granted, we did a lot of acid and watched over the Wizard of Oz with the Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon. It was great. I mean, he didn't fucking get it, but, He's a dick. I know. Talks about me behind my back, won't return my calls and shit. He shows up for the show, he doesn't memorize his lines. He's throwing up all over everything. He's just like, that's another dumb joke. Right? I gotta point him out. I gotta make sure that the fucking International Coalition of Comedians pays attention. There were jokes tonight. Laughs were had. People were amused. Yes. Yes. For the first 9 minutes. Because I love danger, man. Hey, Mike, you think it's odd that Independence Day still happens? Because it's ironic. You know, in a for-profit prison state. I'm sure you probably like the for-profit prison state, don't you, Mike? Lots of men tied up in enclosed places doing labor for low money. It's like that weekend you got Bosma drunk. Remember that? You tied him to the table and you said hello to him many, many times. Then you found out about those polyps. That was amazing. That you could do that. Yep. If only you had John Greg's Healthcare. Only John Greg's Healthcare. Did you guys hear about that? Yeah, he gave himself a lifetime healthcare thing and then got out and kept it. And it was just like kind of like hustling for insurance money, really. You know what I mean? It's like, there's nobody good up there. I mean, that's you or just another guy. And who's not fucking crooked in politics, right? We found one, he can't get fucking elected. Go figure. Go figure. But I do hope you get elected in November. I have to endorse you. That's the second part of the deal. Hang on a second. Sorry, it's got it all over his face. I would use Kleenex, but it's thick. That's weird. Have you ever seen that? It's just Kleenex stuck. If it's a dead giveaway, you've been ripping it. It's dead. You're like, what do you got, a fucking towel stuck to that thing? Jesus Christ, that's the worst case of hiding evidence ever. Good God, you know, just keep your underwear on. Anyway. Okay. Friend Mike here. We can still talk about the 4th of July and the for-profit prison system. I guess that's still serious again, though, isn't it? It still comes back to being serious. I can't help it. Even with a penis in my hand. I still can't get away. You know, I could tell the dick joke. Technically, this is a dick joke, right? So really, for the duration of my set, if I just hold this penis up, I'm pretty good. I could just be like, yeah, dude, it's hysterical. He had this one joke that lasted for 20 minutes. It was great. It got a little limp at the end. Just didn't seem to have the endurance to pull off the whole thing, you know. It was a long shot, really. Now the crowd was like, boo, cocky, boo, cocky. And there's a, I don't know, that's just disgusting. But I was in a porn shop today with Granny J. I know, right? That's like going to a strip club with Gandhi. You know, you're like, oh, there's this sacred holy person here, and you're like, oh, hey man, I'm just shopping for dicks. Excuse me, do you have a dick cleaner? My dick got a little dirty coming over here. Actually, I did. We took it out because I had to field test it on the way over here from the place. So I'm like, okay, and this is a Doc Johnson, by the way. This is fucking old school dong. This is American-made dong. This is not a foreign import from some immigrant who has no idea what this is. No, sir. This is a Doc Johnson American-made dong, 8-inch traditional. America. America. Even Ben's, look, he can do the whole thing. You looking at me? You looking at me? Why don't you look? Right in the bathroom. Shot him in the face. Oh, it was blanks. There we go. And he's impotent. Good. Okay. Holster that one. I could do my Jim Morrison closer. It really is easy. You just, that's it. It had to be you. It had to be you. Mike Pence, give Indiana what it deserves. If they vote for you, this is what they deserve. It's so obvious you're a horrible person and you deserve to have a man hold a fake penis and say it's you. If ever there was a karmic destiny, I stare into the anglerfish and I tell him a story and I tell him this. I say my cock comes from Mike Pence. I love Mike Pence because hashtag Mike Pence is my boyfriend. I love Mike Pence. I would spend all my time with Mike Pence, but he seems to like to hang out with prison people for some reason. Cavity searches, huh? This is a lot easier, actually. I feel more comfortable. Some people will think because it says Mike, it's because I'm a comedian, but no, it's not. I would spell that with a C, and it's a lot shorter, and you can see the whole word. No, this is Mike Pence. Mike Pence is my boyfriend. You know, half the time when we were giving ourselves brain damage by drinking Michigan Flint water, and we would get really, really stupid, and then of course we go over to Dan Coates and smoke some of his weed, and I'm sure you guys know that these guys all smoke weed, right? Isn't that the funniest part? They all vote against it, but they all fucking smoke it. Oh yeah, you in the medical industry? Oh yeah, medical industry, yeah. Give me a bribe. Keep the cure for cancer illegal. You like that, don't you? Oh yes, you do. Yeah, you're a bad boy, aren't you, Mike Pence? Oh, tell me about the family values as you deny people things and judge them as you shouldn't do, because that's what Jesus said you shouldn't fucking do. But what does he know? He's dead. He never had to suffer through cupcakes baked for gays. Jesus never suffered. For-profit prison systems, oh my God. Can you imagine cutting out the sweatshops? You know what that means? No more immigrants. It's all American-made prison work. Yeah! Yeah! Tax deductions, let's give away the highways. Let's do this, Mike. Do this, Mike. You can do it again. There's a few things left you can get rid of. Come on, I'm sure you can get Ursula another tax deduction. Do it. Oh, man. Sorry. Just Donald Trump flashed into my head there for a second. You're in the mood. You're going to be the vice president, aren't you? The vice president. That would get you out of the governor's race, wouldn't it? Would that be worth it? Because what vice president's ever done anything? None of them have ever done anything. Have they ever mounted a crowd? No, they haven't, Mike. That would be the safest place to put you, is put you away in a room somewhere where you can just do all the meth and male prostitutes you want. Is that what you want, Mike? You should go and take this act on the road. You should take this act on the road, Mike. You should become the vice presidential candidate for Donald Trump. Because when you both lose, we won't have to see your sorry asses ever again. Until they drag the places for your bodies because you didn't do all the deals you promised. That's the worst part about making deals, is that sometimes violent people take revenge on you. And you can't get more symbolically closing than that. America, Indiana, don't let your dick fall off. Let the mic fall away from you. But do not lose your dicks over this. This man's not worth it on any level. He's a piece of excrement. He's just a guy taking a paycheck and pushing his agenda on everyone. If he came to represent us as a governor of the people, that'd be different. But he's working for specific special interests who suck. And they don't believe Dungeons and Dragons is okay. So honestly, yeah, I mean really, once you cross the Dungeons and Dragons line, man, it's fucking over with me. Failed your saving throw, bitches. So I'm gonna be with Mike Pence, I think, until my probation's revoked. So if any of you'd like to spend some quality time with Mike Pence, we are taking donations. We can spend some quality time. It would be just like a Hillary Clinton thing, or like if you want to sit on the tarmac with Bill and discuss her future with Loretta Lynch. Feel free to come on up here to the stage and grab onto this monster. Seriously, you should. You should grab onto the Pence machine. The Pence machine is going to be the one that's going to change everything in this country, right? Because, like, you're all going to vote for it now that I've done this performance art, right? That was sort of a fertility dance. That was a Republican fertility dance. And at the end, I have to hide my dick in the corner and pretend I don't have one so that Jesus doesn't know of the horrible things that I stuck in my butt. As it says, "Hi, my name's Mike Pence, and I would like to be the next governor of Indiana." You just remember that Mike Pence is my boyfriend. Hashtag Mike Pence is my boyfriend. I mean, seriously, man. He's got no stamina, though. You know, that's why he takes it. Seriously, he just kind of lays there after a while. It's like a democratic process. He only works 1 month a year, really. You know. But hashtag Mike Pence is my boyfriend. Thank you guys for giving up and supporting my write-up. I'm quite sure, like most jobs I've had, I'll be thrown out of here before too long, I'm sure. I will leave in a flurry of write-ups and no shirt because I'll take away my button for working here or whatever. So, thank you guys. We'll see you guys again next week. And Mike will be here. And I think Mike and I are going to make a lot of public appearances places. So if you have some suggestions where we could stick that thing, I'm open for suggestions. Give it up again for Nervous Vern and Munchie. Samson Kirkman. Jason Willenberg. Been out of it a while, came back to it. Joe Suarez, first time tonight. Red Castile, Gary Warren. I'm Jerry Goebel, and that's Mike Jr. And the funniest thing is I'm going to leave this under the podium for Bill to find Wednesday. So it should be an amazing, amazing performance. Thank you guys, and good night.
Give it up for Jerry Goebel. That's Jerry Goebel.